Inconceivable!
We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. All these girls keep chasing views like they doing something. They ain't doing nothing. And all these boys keep making moves cause they assuming something. Everybody doing fake friends like they crew or something. But all these people make my stomach sick like the flu or something. They crying X cause they prince is gone. We might just flex cause I'm money long. They selling sex cause it's selling strong. I might just bag a check girl and take you home. Yeah, real love I owed you, real love I showed you. I wish for once that you would back me up, but I can't expect that I know you. Cause we been there and then we came through it. Backstabbed and then we undo it. A lot of people said they come through, but when it came to it, ain't one do it. We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I got my head down, arms are up. I didn't think life would be this rough. Back and forth, we went do-si-do, and then I packed my bags and I hit the road. We were making moves without a clue. I took my love away from you. Looking back, all regret. My chin is up and you puffed your chest. Cause we're coming for the go, girl, we won't stop. Working and we grind until we hit the top. Everyone is waiting for the love that we are chasing, and the haters will be hating, but we won't stop. Cause we running and we gunning. So watch out, cause we coming. One love, we in our feelings, and it's not gonna crumble, yeah. We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love, got one dream and that's one love, we got one scheme and that's one love, that's one theme and that's one love, my whole life. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love. Yeah, that's one love. Our life together has one theme and that's one love. I said that's one love. I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. And you that one love. One love, and you that one love. Check, check, 1, 2, ay, check, check. I don't know if I can rap this shit. Yeah, ay, yeah. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's poppin'. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. I see you looking, I see you watching. Wasn't too long ago, we was just talking. I'm sorry you hate me now, and I don't mean that I'm sorry for me. I'm just sorry for you, cause you won't get to see what a high king can do when he's given the chance to become what he knew he could. Now my shit's popping, oh, and I'm shocking. I'm just from Buffalo, I shouldn't make it. Was right by my auntie, but that woman hated me. Good at pretending for everyone faking it. Now I'm awake and I see why they made the choice to kick me out just as soon as I made the choice. Now I'm a king, yeah, that's the thing. Happens a lot. Fatherless kids, yeah, we come by the lot. Changing shit whether you like it or not. He would come like it or not. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many
He's
options.
heating up!
Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Fuck the whole industry, music and media. Started my own shit, I don't think they feeling me. I just don't get it, so fuck it. I'm done with all this luck shit. Y'all think y'all scaring me, so I address it. But now all your niggas is running. All of your monsters just running. No talent, but your shit is funded. Now all y'all think y'all real funny. Clown flexing with that fake money. Can't buy shit without real shit, so you rent shit cause you real dummy. Just invest in mine like a broker. New money coming soon. Yo, last post got like 50,000, but you can't fill the fucking room. Took the whole family shopping.
He's heating up!
Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your eyes.
He's on fire!
Stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice.
Boom shakalaka!
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Take a step back and literally fuck your own face.
Let's learn about getting healthy. Let me tell you something, Thunder Twat. Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole, Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 40 Schwam of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes? Buses, hustles, and your hoes. It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you be.
It's the fucking Catalina.
What's going on, fam?
Hi, puppy.
How you doing? Welcome to the show, 3041. Today is Accountability Monday, so if it's the first time that you are listening to the podcast, this is a special edition every single Monday at 12 noon Eastern time. I go over some awesome Swole fam posts. We stay focused for the week. We hear from the Swole fam what they're doing to stay focused for the week. We'll take some live questions if you have them. So at any time during the show, we'll try to get to them after we go through some of the posts. Maybe intermittently, you could drop your question in the comments, hashtag AskPapaSwolio. Make sure you check out this weekend's episodes on Spotify or Apple Podcast, anywhere you bang your ear holes, because went over a lot of those responses. Those of you that got back to me on Saturday and Sunday, I answer a lot of those questions. We might take a couple, or not questions, but what are you struggling with? Sent out some Swole text to members, and I kind of want to go through, if we have time, go through a couple more of those responses. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow and the next day as we get into our regular programming, our regular episodes. But I guess every day is a regular episode, depending on what day you're listening in. We mix it up. But anyway, great questions, great responses, and hopefully you enjoyed those episodes. They're live. And if you enjoy those, make sure you drop in the comments. I appreciate everyone responding. And of course, if you want to jump on those membership options, we are releasing an app soon, which is going to revolutionize the content X. But if you are a member, you will get first access. So make sure you go over to swolenormasex.com/BTS if you want to get on those back to Swole specials. I believe it ends tonight or tomorrow because of the holiday. We do a special for Labor Day, like a lot of companies, but giving you an opportunity because we're coming up on fuck your resolution season. Now's the time to lock down your training. Now's the time to get on a solid program and start working on those habits, because it's not going to happen overnight. You want to start now, because when you get into the new year, people wait. Hey, January 1st, I'm going to get started. And then you're trying to climb up a steep cliff. You're trying to do everything at once. And of course, you're going to fall off second or third week of January. Why not start now? And then January 1st, you can make a resolution. I say fuck your resolutions, but why not start today? Make that change today. Make that commitment today. Start now. And then when January 1st comes along, you're 3 or 4 months ahead. Why wait until it's a hot mess? Don't attach your change to a date. Make the change today. Start working on those habits, and you don't have to wait. I want to talk a little bit for a second before we get into it. Anyway, hashtag SwoleFam. Drop that in the comments for a chance to win today's Swole card. We'll give that away at the end of today's episode. But I've been seeing a lot of posts, people sharing the Make America Healthy Again, the slogan that RFK has been preaching for a while. And of course, we've been doing this for years on the Daily Swole. Make America Swole, make America healthy. You do not have to wait, nor should you wait for a politician to get into office to make those changes. So, okay, they're going to ban all these chemicals in the foods, blah, blah, blah. I think that's great. I think a lot of these things that are done in our processing industry with big food and big pharma, I think they should be illegal. You shouldn't be putting chemicals in food. But at the same time, you have the choice to do that and get rid of it today. So as much as I think it's great, these things shouldn't be in the food system, you don't have to wait for that. And that's what people need to understand. You shouldn't be waiting for the government to take care of you. Start today. You don't have to eat any of these chemicals today. You don't have to wait. Make those choices now. Cook your food at home. Don't be a crackhead going through a drive-through and sucking down seed and vegetable oils and processed sugar. You can make those choices now. In other words, what are you waiting for? I think that's great. I think it's cool to get that into the zeitgeist, to let people know, hey, these things are really bad for you. But in other words, you don't have to wait. You should start today. You should have started years ago, months ago. But as the saying goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So get off your ass, go to the fucking gym, and eat real fucking food. Make your food, baby. Yeah! Make your food. All right, let's get into some Swole fam responses. I asked, what are you doing this week to hold yourself accountable? Let's get into some responses. Aaron says, this week I'll be continuing to work on making my brain gains and meditations either for going to sleep or sometime during the day when not in lab or class. Brain gains, meditation, absolutely essential. Good for you. Brian says, I'm focusing on learning how to swing the steel club. Going to watch the videos in Swolenormous X. Yes, check out the master classes and also check out the Swollen 7, the Swollen 7 Club, the Swollen 7 Mace. Using a club, everyone's always asking, hey, Papa Swole, what's that bat that you use? Steel club, mace, you can get wood clubs. There's a lot of different things that you can swing. And it's just great for your shoulder health. It's great for your mental health. It's like a moving meditation, but it's really good for your wrist, for your grip strength, and your elbows. It's fantastic. Make sure you start light. A lot of guys see the 5-pound steel club and think, oh, it's light. It's really tiny. I need to start with a 10-pound or 15. You will hurt yourself. I'm telling you, start light. You want to put away thousands of repetitions before you go up in weight. I promise you want to start light. Anyone else have that experience? You can get tendonitis, you can hurt yourself, and that takes a long time to heal. I promise you, start light, do many, many, many reps. We're not doing maximum swole. We're not doing 5 reps for a club swing. You want to do many, many, many repetitions. Okay. Kylie says, I fell short last week as far as getting to sleep at 9. So this week I'm focusing on that and changing my daily routines so I can get into bed at that time. Good. Keep in mind that in order to have a good day, you need to have a good night before. So if you're not waking up or you have problems waking up, it's because you're not going to sleep on time. And when I say going to sleep on time depends on the person. Sometimes that might be 7 or 8 p.m. if you're getting up at 3 or 4 or 5. So going to sleep on time is relative. You need to make sure you're consistent with that. And I promise you, when you wake up, you're going to wake up naturally. You're going to feel great. You're not going to have a good day if you don't have a good night before. So if you want a great morning routine, it starts the night before. That's much more important than the morning routine. It really is. And everything's going to be clearer. You're going to think better. You're not going to need to suck down coffee first thing, nor should you. Going to bed on time is absolutely essential. Lilia says, to take more time to finish my routine. I don't know what that means. I want you to be specific with these answers. That's very vague, but okay, I don't know what that means at all. Take more time to finish my routine. I don't know what that means. So can't really talk much about it. So make sure you get specific. Give me some details. That way we have something to talk about. And if you're not specific, and I got dog hair in my mouth. Let me clarify. If you're not specific with me, you're not specific with yourself. And this is why a lot of you listening, you're going to struggle with setting proper habits if you're not specific with what you're trying to accomplish with those habits. Period. End of story. So if you think, hey, I'm going to eat better, that doesn't give you any actionable things. So get specific with what that means. I want to eat better. What does that mean for you? What are you trying to improve with your nutrition? Be specific and then do those things. If you're giving me a vague answer, that means you haven't really thought it through. And how are you going to be successful with that? What is giving yourself more time? What does that mean? What does that mean? What are the details on that? By the way, look at the Tainty Man. Let me hide this sidebar for a second because we got a special guest today. Look at that. Look at the puppa. Aww. Look at the sexy beach. I had to hide that. Look at it. Oh, look at her. She's a seepies. I'm trying to bring her into the show. She runs around a lot of times and she's annoying. If you hear like pitter patter, she'll run around trying to get me to open the door. Yeah. Yeah, we're looking at you, Beesh. We're looking at you. Don't run around and be annoying. Oh, that's the baby girl. That's the goat. That's the goat. That's the OG. That's the girl that's on my wall. And for those of you that are wondering, what year is it? 2024? So 3, let's see, 6, 17. She's like 19 years old. So she's like 19 going on 20, which is unreal. So she's a beast and we hope she's around as long as possible. But that is the absolute goat. So I had to hide the sidebar. Maybe I can bring her. I have to get a different camera angle. Maybe I can get both of them in there. But she's awesome. Same thing with humans. We give her raw beef. She eats raw beef. Like we all eat the same stuff. So eat well and you are going to, and she runs around. She's doing all sorts of stuff. She's a beast. Anyway, so eat healthy. It's good for dogs and for humans. Mark says, I'm sticking with embracing change. Last week, I axed out oatmeal for breakfast as well as putting sauces on my lunches and dinners. It's been a week, and I can really tell the difference as the bloating has just disappeared. Halfway through last week, decided to start adding salt to my gym water bottle. I now have a bottle of salt in my bag as well as a funnel to put it in. I'm also planning on buying some glutamine to add to my pre-workout mix. I have slowly started to get better at noticing things that aren't working and either axing or tweaking them, but I will continue to embrace change no matter how old I get. And this is adaptability. If you are not able to adapt to change, it's going to be very hard for you to move through life and be successful. And the reason why is adapting to change really just means adjusting to different circumstances. And the more consistent you are and the more you plan in advance and the better habits you build, when things come up in your life, it's not going to throw you off course. You're still going to have your North Star. And this is why it's important to follow the 7 pillars and continuously practice. And this is why building muscle, sure, that's a goal. Losing fat, sure, that's a goal. You want to do X, Y, and Z. Those are great goals, but those are side effects of the habits that you build every day. So if you build those habits and the goal is to achieve those habits and the process of doing them, that's the goal, you are going to be satisfied every day. A weight loss goal, it's cool, but it's not fulfilling as you think it is. You want to see a certain number on a scale, but it's just not fulfilling because once you get there, okay, what next? And the weight doesn't really matter if the body composition doesn't match, because I'm considered obese because I'm lean and I'm like 220, 225 pounds, but I'm not fat. But according to BMI, I'm obese. So body composition matters. How much muscle mass you have matters. So don't really get wrapped up in the scale. Build muscle. Have your good habits. You are going to metabolize more fat. You're going to improve your bone density. You're going to improve your mental health. All those things are a side effect. So if you're not focusing on the process and enjoying the day-to-day of executing your 7 pillars, those goals are cool, but you'll get a little high for a second. Hey, I saw 200 pounds on the scale. All right, then what? You don't want to lose weight endlessly. I mean, you don't want to lose weight at all. You want to lose fat. You want to build muscle. And building muscle is going to be adding weight. So if you see the scale going up, oh my God, the scale is going up. It doesn't matter if it's muscle mass. So set your habits, focus on those habits, and your body will find it'll find that balance. Your body's always looking for balance. But by challenging yourself and progressively overloading and doing these things to build muscle, your body is trying to adapt and find balance with the stress that you're putting it under. So yeah, oatmeal is a famine food. Oatmeal is, God, it's garbage. It's garbage. Now, of course, if you eat oatmeal, it doesn't mean that you're going to have tons of problems, but it's just really not useful for the body. I'm telling you, I haven't eaten oatmeal in years. I don't miss it for a second. It feels so much better. Oatmeal is just, it's famine food. It's famine food. It's just, it's a brick. You ever leave oatmeal out for 5 minutes and don't eat it? It's a sludge. Oh, think of how your stomach feels. All right, Melissa says, I'm focusing on consistently being consistently consistent, maintained good rhythm with all pillars. I've been making some huge gains with training this past week, and I've been able to increase weight on exercises that I was stuck at for a while and get extra reps on others, focusing on keeping everything the same and continuing to execute the 7 pillars daily and get better and better. Thank you for everything. Maximum Swole is truly amazing. Hashtag accountability and Swole fam for life. Indeed, Melissa's got that 7 pillars down. And of course, pillar number 7 is consistency. So you want to be consistently consistent. That's really the name of the game. It's just doing the first 6 pillars consistently. So pillar number 7 is doing the first 6 every day, every day, every day. And what Mark says, same with the sauces. Sauces are just tons of sugar, a lot of sometimes spices that don't agree with you. You have some sauces that have 20, 30 different spices, and it's not always the quantity. If you're eating things that are causing you inflammation at low levels, it can really affect your digestion. You can add individual things, salt, different things here and there, but individual ingredients and controlling that and seeing which ones work best is better for you. And if you're eating really nutrient-dense food, you really don't need sauces. I just use tallow and butter and salt for my steak. I never put anything else on it. You don't need it. A little rosemary, you can cook with that. There's certain benefits, but you don't need a ton of different things. Usually it just gums up your system. It's unnecessary. And you're not eating quality food, or you don't know how to cook a lot of times. A lot of times people don't know how to cook, so they cover their lack of cooking with all these flavors, and you're just not used to eating nutrient-dense food that's delicious by nature. My opinion on that. Mike says, I'm working on diet and nutrition. Same thing. I will put my focus on nutrient-dense proteins and fruits to keep up energy levels. Bought some steak, chicken, blueberries, strawberries, as well as a new protein powder to try today. Riley says, I'm going to be focusing on hydration. I feel like I have been drinking way too much water lately. This week, I'll be starting each day with a packet of Element electrolytes and then tapering off water intake around 3. So that way I don't have to get up in the middle of the night to piss. Yeah, I don't think you have to, tapering, 3 o'clock, that's pretty early depending on when you go to sleep. But like I always say, hydration's not just the water volume. A lot of times people try to overcompensate with water and they're actually less hydrated. You shouldn't be peeing all the time. You shouldn't be peeing. If you're peeing clear, you're drinking too much water. You really are. You don't need to be pissing clear. What you might need is more hydration. If you're cramping and you feel like you're dragging ass, add in electrolytes and then back off on the volume of water you're consuming and see how you feel. I'm quite certain that you'll feel a lot better. Okay, let's get into any questions. You could drop it in the chat, hashtag AskPapaSwole. We got releases, but let's get into a couple more responses from over the weekend. I'm going to screenshot and bring it on the screen, but it's not gonna have a name associated. But this one's from Ana Luisa. Just gonna bring it on the screen here. Ana Luisa says, "Good morning, Papa. I feel like right now it's time management. I started working in the evenings from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. I wake up around 8 to 9, take care of my daughter in the morning. I work out when she's eating breakfast because she's preoccupied, LOL. If not, then I try to incorporate her into my exercise. Then I have to get ready for work. Afterwards, I come home and sleep. I feel like I don't have enough time in the morning to do anything." Oh no. Example, cleaning, organizing, journaling, hobbies, etc. I end up cleaning all Saturday morning instead of just sleeping in and relaxing. I don't know, Pop. I feel like I'm rambling. Do you have any tips or suggestions? Who Not How. That's a great book from a business standpoint. Sounds like if you're cleaning all Saturday morning, you'd be shocked at how much your time can multiply if you hire someone to clean your house. It's generally not that expensive and it'll save you a lot of time. Here's the thing. One of the most important things, and this is when we're in the apartment, I told Mama Soya, I'm like, we are going to bring someone in to clean the house. So we have someone come in once a week, but it's the best money ever spent because the laundry, the bedding, all the deep cleaning, the stuff. Of course, we clean during the week. We'll wipe stuff down. Papa Swolio will shit on the floor sometimes if she doesn't go out. You clean it up, but you need to outsource the things that take your time. And it seems like it's spending money, but it's actually investing. It gives you your time back. And it's really important for people to do that more in their lives when you can. So if you're always running around doing all these things, it takes away from your life. Remember, money is stored human energy, but you need to buy back your time. And this can be something that is just very, very vital, especially if you are strained. I just highly recommend it. Don't do the things that someone else can do. What's taking up the most of your time, and then see ways that you can organize and or have someone else do that for you. And it doesn't have to be every day, but there's definitely better ways. So time management, this is part of time management. It's buying back your life. And that's what people should be trying to do. But of course, front loading, prepping your meals, doing things all at once, having certain days where you do most of the things. That way you're not doing it all the time, every day, and always exhausting yourself on a regular basis, grouping things together. These are all different options. I'm not saying it's an option for everyone, but a lot of this stuff is very, very affordable, more than what people might realize. And it might not be everything. It could just be the laundry. It could just be the cleaning of the kitchen. And it can be a huge benefit, something to think about, something to work towards, and something to keep in mind. Okay. You're not rambling, by the way. You're not rambling. It's definitely understandable that you're strained, and you might be strained in terms of, we all have a certain amount of time in the day. We all have 24 hours. So the most important thing is that you try to leverage your time. And cleaning, organizing, journaling, hobbies. Trying to see if I missed anything in your statement. This is based on the question, what are you struggling with? But those are some suggestions. And in many cases, it's more attainable and more realistic than people realize. But a lot of times people have this ego about their house and doing things themselves. Does that make sense? You feel like if you're not cleaning your own house or you're not mowing your own yard, like we talked about it yesterday, is it a luxury? I don't know. It's $40 well spent for me. If you're overcharged, you're in an area where you can mow your own lawn, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there is, but what's your time worth? What's your peace of mind worth? And there's benefits to working hard, working smart, and leveraging your time. And then you're able to use that time for things that are going to invest in your health and improve your life with your family and with your kids. Things to think about. This is from Brian. Brian says, currently struggling with getting good quality, uninterrupted sleep. I'm in my mid-50s, and as a result of getting older, I've encountered having to go urinate more frequently at night. It's not uncommon to get woken up 2 to 3 times a night just to go to the bathroom. At my last doctor's visit, he mentioned possible medication to help with the issue, but I was reluctant as I had dropped off weight and he had just taken me off 3 medications that I was on, and I really didn't want to add a new one. It may be time to add a new med if it will help. This is just my opinion. This isn't medical advice, but fuck medication, man. You do not want to be on a medication at all. You do not want to be on these subscriptions. You don't need a medication to not piss at night. So I'm not sure what your nutrition is like, but again, of course, when you get into your mid-50s, this is not just something that happens overnight. This is something that's a cumulative result of 50 years of whatever your habits were. So this is a byproduct of that. It also depends on how much you're drinking during the day, your hydration, how hydrated you are. You might be drinking too much water and not enough electrolytes. So some things to think about. I don't know what your habits are. All I hear is the problem here, but I would absolutely exhaust every other possible option and really go 100% in before I would personally never do that. I'd rather get up and piss than getting on a medication for that. That just sounds terrible. The side effects of something like that. Hey, reabsorbing. I don't like the sound of that at all. Of course they have a medication for that. Doctors are just glorified pill pushers these days. Most of them have no idea how to improve someone's health. They're just there. Hey, you have trouble peeing. We had pharmaceutical reps offering X, Y, and Z drug. I would not get on another prescription. That's just me. Matthew, a lot of people talking about sleep. When I asked, what are you struggling with? Pretty much there's like 50% of the people were talking about sleep. All right. Matthew says sleep. When I get too low carb on carnivore/ketovore, I sleep 3 to 4 hours, go to bed at 8 to 9 p.m. and wake up around midnight to 1 a.m. tossing and turning, cut out beer, weed, and caffeine. Just need to get my sleep back, upping my carbs to 100 and 150 grams a day with fruit and raw honey. Hopefully that will help. Personally, I don't like carnivore. Ketovore, you need carbs. You're lifting weights. I don't do low carb. That's nonsense. I've done keto and I've played around with carnivore. Did not feel good. I'm not going to do it. I really do think things like intermittent fasting, carnivore, these things were just fads for a while. There's nothing wrong with eating breakfast and giving your body the sustenance it requires. It's just a different thing. But carbs are not the enemy. Eating the right carbohydrates, fruit, honey, some white rice, butter on it. These things are beneficial, in my opinion, especially if you're lifting heavy weights. And what I do know is a common side effect of doing something like carnivore is electrolyte issues. So make sure you're getting in electrolytes, but I'm personally not a fan. So understand also cutting out beer, weed, caffeine. These things also it sometimes takes time. I don't know how long it's been since you cut that out, but sleep is something that doesn't just pop back. Oh, I cut these things out. Now I'm sleeping great. Your circadian rhythm is just something that really takes time. It's not supposed to be usurped. It's not supposed to be thrown into a disaster, but our lifestyle habits currently really fucks it up. It's hard to get it back on track. It really is. It doesn't happen automatically. Even if you're doing the right things, it takes time. All right, Ricky. All right, Ricky says, I find it hard. That's what she said. I find it hard to stay on task with my fitness and make my wife and kids happy. I feel like I ignore them for myself. You're not ignoring them. You're investing in your health. This comes down to communication with your wife, because your wife should be doing the same thing too. She could watch the kids and you train. You could watch the kids and she trains. This just comes down to communication. And happiness is relative. The goal is not to be happy. The goal is to have purpose. And as a father, as a parent, this is just my honest opinion, your responsibility is to lead by example. And if you're taking care of your health, what else is important? What's more important than your health? If I said, here's $1 million, would you take $1 million for free? You might be like, yeah, sweet. But if I said you only have a week to live, you'd probably be like, I'd rather not take the $1 million if I only had 1 week to live. So if having more time is the goal, especially if you have kids and raising them properly and being able to defend them and protect them and guide them, you need to be alive. So if you need to be alive, then health is the number one priority, and it should be. Everything else is going to stem from your health. You ask any billionaire, what would you rather have? Would you rather have your billions, or would you rather go back in time and be 20 years old again? Every single person would say, I'd want to go back in time. This is why you see all these billionaires that obsess over the anti-aging stuff, because you can't go back. You want more time. You go back to being 20, they can make the money again. You're not going to get more time. So training is a way to rewind the biological clock and get yourself more youthful years and more functional years rather than wasting away. So you're not ignoring them. You're investing in yourself, and your kids should see you doing it, and they should be training too. And your wife should be training too. So if you haven't communicated this with your wife, or if she's like, you need to get on the same page, because she shouldn't be nagging you or guilting you. You're not ignoring them. Staying on task with your fitness doesn't take long. An hour a few times a week, and then playing with come on now. What's more important than being healthy for your kids and for your family? Nothing. Well, you have to work. Yeah, these are all just bullshit excuses that people say in order to justify not doing anything. You could work your ass off and not take care of your health. You're going to die young. People that don't take care of their health, that are just burning the candle at both ends, they die like 10 years younger. Take care of your health. All right, Benjamin, any other questions? Drop in the comments, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Let's get into some more of these. These are good. What are you struggling with, right? Benjamin says, my loneliness affects my focus when I have free time. There's a difference between being alone and loneliness. So forging community, reading books, listening to podcasts, meditating, learning how to fulfill yourself by developing yourself as an individual. You don't need other people for that. You definitely need community. And this can be from going to church, talking to people at the gym. You're a part of the Swole fam, so engaging, joining in on the roundtables, showing up to the podcast, commenting in the Telegram chat. I know it's not the same as in person, but being alone and loneliness, they're different things. A lot of times people wallow in self-pity and they don't do anything in order to socialize. So you kind of compound that. And free time or downtime, a lot of people fill up their time with random stuff. They sell themselves out, they eat garbage, they go and they do stupid shit. There's this negative connotation with having an open calendar. There's a negative connotation with having like time to breathe, like free play. It's important. Kids need to be bored. Humans need to feel quote unquote bored. Read a book, learn a new skill, develop yourself. I find nothing wrong with it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's your perspective, because there are two people that can have quote unquote nothing to do. One person, I'm out in the garden, I'm planting trees. I'm out there with the butterflies. I go out there with the dogs. You know, think, read a book. I'm telling you, there's lots of things that you can be doing that are very fulfilling. So again, there's a difference between being alone and loneliness, and that's just your perspective. That's your state of mind. All right. You guys like these? A couple more? What are you struggling with? If you have questions, drop in the comments, #AskPapaSwolio. Aaron says, for me, it's trying to identify which seasonings are triggering my eczema. I've been reduced to pink Himalayan salt, turmeric, and ginger. I've been looking up seasonings that are anti-inflammatory. If you got any other suggestions, I'm all ears. There's a few, it depends on the individual, but grains and processed foods, vegetable oils, seed oils, these things are very common to cause skin issues, eczema or psoriasis. Very common. Could be something topical too. Something that you're using. You could use a beef tallow moisturizer or jojoba oil. These things can be beneficial if could be the clothes that you're wearing too. Just saying these are options. Could be laundry detergents. You could use baking soda and white vinegar. We use that for our washing, and we use these 100% organic wool balls, and you can put some essential oils on them for the dryer sheets. You don't want these dryer sheets that are waxes and phthalates and all these different scents and fragrances. So it's not necessarily a seasoning, but also without knowing all the other things in your diet that you're consuming, it's hard for me to tease that out. But everyone has different allergic reactions and issues. Okay, let's get into... Dun, 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 dun. You know, it's funny. I just realized what Unstoppable just said. Unstoppable just said, just got back from camping, enjoyed the alone time, did some reading, and listened to some past episodes of TDS. I saw TDS and I'm like, Trump Derangement Syndrome? I just realized that the Daily Swole is the same acronym as Trump Derangement Syndrome. Oh, thank you for sharing. Jarella says, the only time I had eczema was when I was being exposed to black mold. So look into that. You can get a mold test or have someone come by. A lot of times these mold guys, you bring someone over, hey, do a mold test. Obviously, you might need to get a second opinion because they might be incentivized to find mold so they can remove it. But spraying the floorboards of your house and things with white vinegar and stuff like that, it's good for mold. Obviously, natural solutions. Getting air filters, air filtration, very important, especially if you live in more concentrated areas, cities, or just with a lot of traffic. We have filters going on in every room. We have air filters that just never go off. In the bedroom, I have it in the gym. I have a few around the house that just are on all the time. So air filtration is very important. And yeah, it's an issue. Mold is definitely an issue. All right, this is from Michelle. Michelle says, hey, Bish. What's up, Michelle? The number one thing I struggle with that has always been my struggle is food. I do feel like my mindset is shifting. However, on the really stressful days when I have already been to the gym, consumed my food for the day, and I find myself snacking on the bullshit at work. There have been days where I have talked myself out of eating the shit, but other days I'm not successful. The employer encourages the purchase of garbage foods, and my level of self-control is not strong enough yet to stay away 100%. That's on you. Don't eat that shit. The fuck are we talking about here? Don't eat it. The easiest thing to do is to not eat garbage, fake ass food. When you look at these questions and you think about what the problem is, there's really no other thing to do. It's like, don't eat it. What, are you going to change your job? A lot of employers bring in donuts or garbage. Do not eat it. Don't eat it. It's a drug. You have to look at it as a drug. You're a recovering foodaholic. This is not real food. It's hard to, you don't have to overcomplicate it. There's really no complicated solution. People want to hear, oh, what exactly can I do? Not put it in your mouth. But willpower is something that's not going to last. And the issue here, if you say on the stressful days, what does that mean? With work, personal stuff? You need to get to the root cause of that. Meditation. When you feel stressed, you need to back off, pull yourself away, remove yourself from that situation. Don't be around it. Post up in the Telegram chat. Hold yourself accountable. There's really nothing to say aside from there's two choices. I really don't know what to say for some of these situations because it's what else are you going to do? Either you eat or you don't. So you have to isolate the reason why and set a new pathway, set a new outcome and a new process when that situation arises. And I think that's an excuse, using stress as an example. I think that's an excuse because this is all psychological, right? This is all psychological. You're telling yourself, you're justifying it because you're stressed out. That's just an excuse. So guess what? Your brain, what you're going to do is you're going to find more things to be stressed out. You're going to find more excuses in order to justify that poor behavior. So you actually compound the stress. You actually look for the stress. You look for those situations and you lean into that. It's just a different framing of what the situation is. What you perceive as stress can just be a challenge. It's just life. It just is. It doesn't have to stress you out. Because if that's really the cause, then stop it at the source. But your brain, your body wants that fix. Your body wants that fix. So what are you going to try to do? You're going to try to be stressed. Or you're going to lean into that because it justifies that poor behavior. Pedro on Rumble. It's a great point. Want to make sure whenever we have a parenting family discussion, we take a comment from the dude that has 30 kids that's repopulating the earth. Pedro single-handedly is bringing the population above replacement. Regarding kids and family, a parent has to prioritize themselves, their spouse, their kids, but it has to be deliberate. If time or routine is not in place, then it is a stressor to, quote, make time to work or to work out. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You need to schedule. This is why it's just communication with your wife or your husband. It's communication. And and again, it's not like, oh, my wife, both people need that. Both people need their separate time. They need their peace. Maybe your wife wants to just go for a walk. You watch the kids, let her have her meditate. Like, people need that separate time. You need that. Yeah, Loretta says, sounds like excuses for drinking. You find a new way to deal with things. Stress is no excuse. I agree. Alabastard says, I work with a chick who legit gets pissed when you don't eat the junk. I still don't and don't give a fuck if it triggers her, nor should you. And the reason why, these are the lazy, evil people. When I say evil, it's like the banality of evil. These people that are sloth, they're gluttons. And they get angry because you don't partake in their sin. And in the sense of that, they get upset at you. They're projecting. They want you to partake in their addiction so they can feel better about themselves. It's bringing you down to their level. That's why they get upset. She can get pissed all she wants. Fatty. It's gross. That's disgusting. It's gross. Those people are poison. All right, let's do some more. We're on a roll. Let's just keep on crushing these. How we doing, fam? Should we do a couple more? Up to you. Should we do more? Or should we move on to releases? What do you guys think? A couple more? I do want to get into some of these because I didn't get into them over the weekend episodes, and I didn't sit there and text respond because I want to lean into them a little bit more. So I appreciate everyone responding, and I always feel bad because we do these episodes on the weekend and I usually go into more depth, and I don't want to cut anyone off or make someone feel like they're always seen. Whenever I send you a response, whenever I send out a message, always respond. And if I don't text back, sometimes I'll get in there and I'll respond, text sometimes. But, we're all busy, but I want to make sure I put that beacon out there. And I never want you to think if it doesn't get covered that we don't cover them in the future. All right, we'll do more. Everyone's like more. Let's do more. And then we'll get into releases at the end. Let's see. Emily, relationship balance. I work a full-time and part-time job, attend church and work out. I have trouble balancing friendships and family relationships. If I see friends, my husband is left out. If I want to volunteer, my husband is left out. Maybe he should do things with me, but he isn't trying to go to work at a soup kitchen on Tuesday night or church Wednesday. Either way, I can't squeeze him in. He also isn't willing to go to the gym either. Well, that's a problem. I literally live a different life than him. I don't want to feff him. Oof. All right. Emily, you have trouble balancing friendships and family relationships. If I want to volunteer, my husband is left out. Well, I don't blame him. I don't want to go to a soup kitchen. So, I mean, that's for some people, but I don't blame him for that. He doesn't want to go to the gym. He doesn't want to lift. That's a problem. I mean, look, everything else, it's communication. You don't have to be the same person, but you need to complement one another. So, yeah, living a different life, that doesn't sound good. Having a husband or wife, that's a complementary life. That's not a separate life. That's what the commitment is. That's what it represents. It's not a separate life. The most thing that I'm concerned here with is he doesn't train, he doesn't lift, he doesn't take care of himself. Look, I always come back to this. You guys can drop some comments. So I'll read some of your responses in the chat. But if you're married to someone, I personally, this is what I believe, you need to be training. You owe it to the other person. If you accept that vow, you owe it to the other person to take care of your health. I think it's detestable if someone doesn't take care of their health. You want the other person, to wipe your ass and push you around in a fucking wheelchair? I think that's gross. You don't love the other person if you really don't care about the other person. You can't make that argument to me. It doesn't make sense. Do you really care about that person if you don't take care of yourself? You don't love yourself. You don't care what the other person has to be with. You should want to keep yourself in as good physical shape. You want to look the best that you can for the person that you claim to love and want to be with for the rest of your life. You should be taking care of yourself. You should be honoring yourself and honoring the other person as a proxy. Just think, if you are providing a garbage product to your person, it's just a lack of respect, and you disrespect the other person as a result of that. If you're not taking care of yourself, then you are just essentially giving like a middle finger to the other person. Like, I don't care if you're with a fat, lazy, unhealthy fuck. It just sounds gross to me. That's my personal opinion. It's my personal opinion. You know, Mama Swole works out, and she says that, you know, and then she's honestly had periods where she kind of fell out. You know, she's busy and she does stuff too. But I'm honest. I say the same thing. And she's like, you deserve someone that lifts and takes care of herself. And she's been on crushing it. She's been crushing it and on an absolute tear. But it's communicated. And these are things that are the product of poor communication. And the framing has to shift. No one wants to feel forced to work out, but you should be forcing yourself to work out. It's not about whether you want to. It's about taking care of your body, taking care of your health. It's just respectful for the other person. And if you love the other person and you care about them and their well-being, then why would you sacrifice their well-being? Because it sacrifices their well-being. If you don't take care of yourself, you put them at risk. You can't protect them. You can't take care of them. You're not going to be around as long as them, so they're going to be alone. It's selfish. It's selfish to not work out. If you are committing to something like marriage, it's just selfish to not take care of yourself. That's how I see it. You're being selfish. You don't care about the other person as much as you can say. Again, it's actions over words. You can say, oh, I care about you in this way. You don't take care of yourself. You don't care that I'm with someone who's fat and doesn't. It's just, You don't respect yourself. You don't respect me. Respecting the other person is wanting to provide the best version of yourself to the other person. Mark says, can't be with someone who wants to crap on their health. I don't want to be the one to pay for all the meds and procedures they're going to be taking because they can't take care of themselves. Pedro, we treat marriage like an emotional Cinderella story. All the characters and animals and a happily ever after. That's bullshit. Life is messy. Life is full of great moments. There's a line between, it gets cut off. Yeah, it just is. Life just is. Things just are. It's your perspective. It's your perception. It's a story you tell yourself. Things happen and it just is. It's all about how you react to it and what you do from that. And you're always going to find that new normal. It's always going to balance out. And I'll tell you, I love my life. I love my situation, but it becomes normal. What I do every day, and I really take moments of gratitude and appreciation. But, you know, looking back throughout my whole life, like whatever I was doing, it was normal. And it was normal for me to drive 20, 30, 40, 50 miles a day to work and back and get up super early. That was normal for a while. I look back, oh my God, I could never want to do that again. But you find that normal, you find that balance, you just get used to whatever the situation is. So if you always think that, oh, it's going to be better if, it's going to be better if, it's going to be better when, it is right now, and it'll be the same way. It'll just be that current situation then. That's why more money, things can get easier and simpler, but a lot of times people complicate their shit. They don't really know what they're trying to do. They're always looking for this end goal. I'll be happy when, I'll be happy when, I'll be satisfied when. You're never going to be satisfied. That's why it's really important to enjoy the day-to-day, focus on the 7 pillars, and really appreciate the process of going through and your daily habits, because that's all there ever is. It's only right now. What are you doing right now? And of course, the habits that you set today and the way you execute every day is going to lead to those outcomes long term. Happiness is a scam. The whole happiness thing is nonsense. It's purpose. You could be happy right now. Why aren't you happy right now? It's your choice. It's your perspective. Yeah, that's no excuse. That's no excuse. Mark says, I have a friend whose health went right to hell after she got married and had a kid. Everyone always says that, right? Oh, the dad bod. Oh, I have kids and you don't get this. What the fuck? Seriously. When I have kids, I'm not saying it's easy and it's never hard and you never get a struggle with your sleep. But let's be honest. A lot of times people, they're watching TV all night. They're eating garbage food. They don't exercise. They don't get sunlight. They have no fucking consistent schedule. There's blue lights on at all hours of the night. There's no routine. Dogs, children, humans need a routine. And if you have that from the beginning, things are a lot smoother regardless. There are dogs. Every time I see someone walking a dog, it's cringe watching a dog walk its owner. It just gives me the most fundamental ick. I hate watching someone getting dragged by their dog because they didn't train the dog and the dog doesn't know any better. It's just training. It's habit. It's copy, paste, repeat. And then people get bored, right? Well, I get bored doing the same workouts every day. I get bored. I get bored with the same meal. I get bored. These are people that don't understand what progress means. They're looking for excitement in the day-to-day. No, you find purpose in the execution and being consistent. This is why people don't build muscles, why people aren't healthy. It's because they're always looking for some sort of stimulation. That's not where you find stimulation. That's not where you're not supposed to find excitement in the daily chores. You find purpose and you have gratitude and, it's everyone's always looking for a party. That's why people do random exercise class and different things. It's different all the time. Well, have fun getting injured and not making any progress. These are the same people that want to go to a different restaurant every night and always have stimulation, instant gratification. These are the people that look the same 5 years later. They make no progress. And you know this when you get to like 35, 40, 45, and you guys know this, you start seeing people either on Facebook or in person. You start seeing people that you haven't seen in 10, 20 years. When you're 20, people kind of look, they look the way they look. But it's like that age, I don't know if it's 30 or it's like 35, 40, you start to see either people look younger or they look, you'll have two people that are 40 years old. One person looks like they're 65. The other one looks like they're 25 or 30 or 35. It really starts to separate around, I'd say, 35 to 45, because that compounded. So it's just like any kind of compound interest from investing. You're consistent and compound interest over time. It starts to really go exponential over time. Same thing with your health. You start to see that real separation of people that took care of their health or are taking care of their health and people that don't. And it's really frightening at how that compounding the negative effect of destroying your health. It's really bad. I guess we'll just keep on going. Whenever I see relationship issues, it really comes down to communication. And it's not just communication, it's communication with yourself. Remember, that communication with yourself comes first. So you need to have that proper communication and that internal monologue with yourself. And if you don't have integrity, if you're lying to yourself and you're telling someone else, you need to take better care of your health, you need to do this, and they're like, well, you don't do yeah, they're right. No one likes a hypocrite. So you have to really forge that yourself. And if you're in a relationship and you're trying to, if you have communication and you deal with issues in the moment and you really have open honesty and integrity in your relationship, you can have these conversations, these hard conversations. It happens. I do it. I'm brutally honest. I will say the things that do not have sugarcoating, that will hit like a sledgehammer, but I will say them because they need to be said. And Mama Swolio is very uniquely rational for a female. Let's put it that way. And we have those conversations. We have that out. But communication's everything. If you can't communicate with your partner, you don't have a partner. Leslie, what are you struggling with? This past week, I've been exhausted. I'm fine during the day, but as soon as I get home, all my body wants is sleep. Plan is to keep my nutrition dialed in and maybe move my workouts back to first thing in the morning. That means I'll have to go to bed earlier, but my body feels better and more energized after those 3 a.m. workouts. Knowing your flow and knowing what's right for you is fantastic. Good for you, Leslie. Mike says, nutrition. I know... typo. I know I news to stray. I know I used to stay in a calorie deficit to lose fat, or I need to stay in a calorie deficit to lose fat, but I train hard and can't seem to eat enough to be full. It's constant, and when you are as heavy as I am, it takes a lot of energy to do daily tasks. It's a struggle. You need to focus on food quality. I don't know exactly what you're eating, Mike, but if you eat the right foods, you will be full. Eating steak or ground beef, eat as much as you want. You'll be full. You'll be full. And don't forget, you probably have addictions and things that it's withdrawal. If you eat a lot of processed crap, you will have cravings. And so you have to start treating these things as drug addictions. You're going to stop eating glazed donuts and be shocked that you crave glazed donuts. You're a crackhead. I'm not saying Mike is, but I'm just saying in general. You have an addiction. Of course your body's going to be like, I want more. Yeah. Yup, you're a drug addict. Of course you're going to want more meth. Something to think about. What are you struggling with? Daniel says programming and weight selection. I am using a weight I can get 5 to 10 reps on every workout, but seem to keep straining, tweaking muscles or my back. Trying to find a good spot that the weight is challenging to go to failure, but I don't run the risk of injuring myself. I am doing 2 working sets per movement and usually hitting 3 different lifts per body part. 2 days on, 1 day off, push-pull legs. Could be too much. You don't need push-pull legs. I would do upper-lower and leave a rep or so in the tank. You don't have to do 5 reps. Maybe you prefer 8 to 10, but you can leave a rep in the tank. Don't go to failure. I rarely go to failure. Failure is going to lead to fatigue. It's going to be form. It's going to be warming up properly. Yoga, proper nutrition, and also if you're using machines, if you want to build muscle, if you're opting for machines, you're less likely to injure yourself. But you don't have to go to failure. If you go heavier with the weight, if you're doing 6 or 7 reps, you can leave a rep in the tank, and it's a much safer way because you're not going to failure. You don't need to go as close to failure if you go heavier, and you're getting the benefits. So it sounds like you're on the right path, 5 to 10 or 4 to 8. Lacey says over 5 reps is cardio. Not true, but I get it. I like that. That's a great shirt. I might make that. Over 5 reps is cardio. That's awesome. That's awesome. So when you say the weight is challenging, but I don't want to run the risk of injuring yourself, every time you lift, if you're challenging yourself, you're running the risk of injuring yourself. This is why mobility and warming up properly is essential. And I'll be honest, you're more likely to injure yourself if you're doing free weights. You know why? There's more chaos. So for example, and I'm not saying you can't hurt yourself doing a machine. I'm not saying that at all. So I have a supine hammer strength. I have a lot of cool equipment. It's great, but I don't have to worry about a bar. I don't need a spotter. I don't need to worry about getting past my end range of motion because I have plates under the bottom floor supports. So I'm starting, like for chest press, if you have your hands on the machine handles, you want to be able to pull your hands off like an inch or so. You don't want it to be like at the bottom where if you're retracting and your hands are on the handles, if you can't move your hands back, you're at the end range for your shoulders, and then you're at risk for hurting yourself. So you want to be able to, like, if you wanted to move your hands off a little bit, so you have a little bit extra retraction. So if I am pushing as hard as I can and I can't make it, I put it down. I don't have to worry about like popping my shoulder out. I don't have to worry about racking it and like, oh, I can't get it up. And that's when you hurt yourself. You do stupid shit. So what I would say is adjust your programming to leave 1 rep in the tank. The thing is, a lot of times people don't understand what 1 rep in the tank is until you go to failure and you realize, oh, that feeling. So understand that if you're going heavier and you're in like a 5 to 8 rep range, you could leave a rep in the tank because you're using a sufficient load. You're still getting those stimulating reps. So you said 2 working sets per movement and usually hitting 3 different lifts per body part. So that's 6 sets in a workout. 2 days on, 1 day off. Just for comparison, I don't know how old you are, Daniel, just for comparison, I do upper lower, but I do every other day. Upper rest, lower rest, upper rest, lower rest. That's what I've been doing. And yesterday for chest, all right, so you're doing, I'm just saying, not saying I'm the epitome of everything. This is just when I look at that, I don't do that. So you're doing 2 working sets per movement. So 3 different lifts per body part. That means 6 sets. So for chest, I did 3 sets. So you're doing double the volume that I did. And for me, adding that 3rd set was like, whoa, let me see if I can handle that. Because I've been doing 2 sets. So I just increased my volume for chest yesterday, 50%. So you're doing double the volume that I'm doing. So in comparison, if you did what I did, so you're doing 3 different lifts per body part. You don't need 3 different lifts for biceps in a workout. So that's 6 sets for biceps, 6 sets for triceps in a workout, 6 sets for shoulders. Just to give you some perspective, yesterday I did 3 sets for chest, 2 for back, 2 for shoulders, 2 for bis, 2 for tris. Just for some comparison. So if you did 5 different body parts, that's 30 sets. I did 11. Something to think about. You did 3 times the volume that I did. If you're doing the same thing, but you're doing push, pull, legs. So you weren't doing everything in one day. So if you're doing push and you're doing, let's say, chest, shoulders, and triceps, you're doing 6, 6, and 6. That's 18 sets. You still did almost double the volume and you're not doing all the body parts. Just something to keep in mind. You're doing a lot of volume. So in my experience, in my opinion, if you're training with that kind of intensity, you're not recovering enough, not with that split. And I don't really understand when you say 2 days on, 1 day off, push, pull. So push, pull, off, legs, off, push, pull, off, legs. So if that's Monday, if that's the case, push, pull, that's Thursday. So Saturday, you're doing 6 sets for chest on Monday and 6 sets on Saturday. Like I wouldn't, at that kind of intensity, I wouldn't be able to do that. Because with my split, I'd be training chest again on Friday. So I'm hoping that with my split, the 3 sets, that I'll be good and I'll still be able to make progress rather than doing 2. I'm trying to add 1 more and just see how I feel. If my progress kind of stalls, I'm going to pull back to 2. Something to keep in mind. More isn't better. All right, we got 3 more. Let's just do it. I know we're going long today, but you guys like it. You guys like it long, don't you? Come on, bitches. Hit that like button. Thanks for being here. Share the show with your friends. I know a lot of people are on vacation today. They're slacking off, but I feel like this is really good information, so we'll go deeper. We'll keep on going. More? We got 3 more? 3 more. Any other live questions you can drop in the chat? This is from Juliet. What are you struggling with? Juliet says, Papa, balanced diet. The cravings are bad. Sometimes I eat because I'm bored and stressed out. Again, we talked about this earlier. I will eat well all day, and when I get home, I become a different animal, scavenging and grazing. I also don't get up to exercise before work. 40 minutes more of sleep seems more enticing than just getting up and doing the work. Then it's done. Well, you're not going to sleep properly then. So again, stop trying to get your sleep in the morning. Get your sleep at night. So it's the framing. If you're like, oh, I need to get more sleep, you're not going to bed on time. What time is that? Whatever it takes for you to be well rested in the morning. Maybe that's going to sleep at 10. Oh my God, going to sleep at 10. Look, if you're going to sleep at 9, let's say, Juliet, you're going to sleep at 9, then guess what? You're not eating all night because you're fucking sleeping. And if you are bored, that's just an excuse. Stressed out, that's an excuse. Meditate, yoga, sauna. Don't have garbage in your house. Balanced diet is a scam. That there's no such thing as a balanced diet. So stop thinking that there's a balanced diet. You need nutrients. So people that are trying to eat a balanced diet are usually not getting enough quality nutrition. That's why you're hungry. Hydration, electrolytes, and quality sleep. So if you're chronically exhausted, you're going to have sugar cravings because your body's like, I need to be awake right now. Why are we still awake? I'm exhausted. Get some sugar. So it's bad habits, having this food. So you say scavenging and grazing. If you only have like meat, if you're eating just like meat, like you don't scavenge and just like, I need some more meat. You're going to be full. You're not going to want another bite of that shit. You can't overeat steak. You can't overeat ground beef. You can't. You could try, not every day. You're going to be so grossed out by it. That's good. The cravings are bad because you have an addiction. Start treating it like a drug addiction. It's withdrawal symptoms. And these are just excuses. And again, if you're trying to get I need 40 minutes of extra sleep in the morning. No, you need 40 minutes of extra sleep at night. I guarantee Juliet's sleep is garbage. She's not going to sleep early enough. And her evening habits are off. So you need to go to sleep earlier, which means on time. And that's an earlier time. Unstoppable 365 says, I'm in bed at 8 and wake up at 4 a.m. My friends invite me out to stuff. I have to decline because it'll take me past my bedtime. Facts. Your friends are the ones that are going to have diabetes. They're going to have Alzheimer's. They're going to have all these fucking problems, cancer, and this, that, and the other. And you'll be well rested and lifting weights into old age. Like, this is the trade-off. And I'm not saying across the board, it's always the same, but the overarching average, that's what's going to happen. And people care about their health when? When do people care about their health? I'm not saying everyone. I'm not saying everyone as well. When do people more normally care about being healthy? When they're sick. Too late. You're already sick. You're already sick. It's too late. Now you're sick. Now you're fucked. I'm not saying you'll never get injured. There's always a risk. But you can minimize that risk with proper program design and training. I'm not saying you'll never get sick, but you can minimize the frequency of being sick and the likeliness of having major issues and diseases and stuff like that. You can mitigate the risk. No matter what your genetics are, you can mitigate what that risk is and make it less likely. You might still have issues. We all have different genetics and environmental factors and such, and childhoods that we couldn't control and this, that, and the other. But you can still mitigate your risk as much as you possibly can. Don't compromise your bedtime. I'm telling you, the number one thing that you can do is go to bed on time. Go to sleep. If you're in bed or winding down at 8 or 9 p.m., you're not going out eating garbage. You're not going out drinking. You're not going out eating shit late at night. You're not fucking you're not going to be exhausted the next morning. If you're tired in the morning, it's not in the morning. Stop looking to get, I need a little extra sleep in the morning. No, you don't. You need sleep at night. Go to sleep earlier. Stop compromising. Don't forget, everyone around you everyone wants your attention. And it's really just to justify their terrible behaviors. They have nothing better to do. They don't take care of themselves. The vast majority of people are fat, they're sick, they're mentally fucking deficient, they're insane, they're retarded, whatever it is. Don't be like them. That should be a goal. I'm not going to do what you do. Hey, all your fat friends want to go out. First off, they're not your friends if they're trying to poison you. And I'm not going to do what fat, lazy fucking people do. You want to be like them? Those people that are invited, you want to be like them? Yeah? Then go do what they do. All right, last one. And then we have one more. It's more of a statement. It's a good one. Riley says, getting in electrolytes. I feel honestly that I just drink an absurd amount of water. I think we answered this earlier. And I still feel thirsty. I just bought some Elements, so I'll be trying that this week. Do you have recommendations for how many packets of those per day? General water amount recommendations will also be helpful. Half your body weight in water, approximately. Some people need more. Just have a packet first thing in the morning. And then around when you work out, that should be it. Depends. It depends. I usually use as much as I need until if I'm putting electrolytes in my water and it tastes like just really salty and gross, then I back off and I just add more water and I dilute it. And I don't have as much. That's usually a sign. That's usually how I go. When it starts tasting salty, it tastes like too much. That's usually a sign. That's a sign for me that, okay, I don't need that right now. Other times I'm sweating. I'm in Florida. I'm in the sauna. I'm training. I'm outside. I lose a lot of fucking water. I sweat a lot already. So I'm outside all the time. I'm in the sun, and then I'm working out, and I'm in the sauna, and I don't hold back. I suck down a lot. But if it gets to the point where it's like tasting salty, then I just have water or a little bit of water. You don't need as much water volume as much as you need hydration. Mark says not to go back on old habits. Recently, I was craving some of the old food that I used to like, such as ice cream loaded with crap, Burger King, Wendy's, etc. But I am not, nor will I ever break. But I just know that little thought is always in the back of my head that tells me it's okay to go for it. You worked hard and you deserve it. But I always tell myself that I may deserve it, but I don't want it. And it's been coming and going every now and then, but I try to keep my will strong. And if you want something like ice cream, I just take some frozen mangoes and put some raw cream on it. Have a little bit of that. I don't feel the need for Breyers. You get your sweet fat. Put some Celtic sea salt on it. Delicious. You can eat real food and satisfy those quote unquote cravings. It's just nutrient need. Du percutier? T? How do you pronounce that? What if your work hours are horrible? I work 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. standing all day. I'm not going to sleep till after midnight. Yeah, it's tough. You got to do the best you can. Go to sleep immediately. It's hard. Look, we're humans, so it's really objective. I'm not saying you can't adapt to these bad schedules, but they do take a toll on you overall. So, you need to make sure you're getting enough sleep. So you work 11 to 10. Why are you going to sleep till after midnight? What are you doing? I know a lot of people want to wind down and they want to be up for a couple hours. You got to shut that shit down as soon as possible. So going home, meditate, shut it down, read. All the blue lights are off. You just have to accelerate your evening routine. But as long as you're getting enough sleep, you need to make sure you're getting enough sleep till the next day. So if you're going to sleep at midnight, you got to be sleeping. Again, I come down to sleep is as important as possible. So a lot of people, they'll answer, hey, I work night shift. What can I do? It's like, you're really just like fucking yourself. It's like the worst thing that you can do. There's really no way to compensate for that kind of schedule. It's just fundamentally opposite. We're not nocturnal. So I don't want any more of that. Ugh. Loretta says, I've always been teased for an early bedtime. I worked early mornings, got to have my 8 hours. Alabastard says, same. I'd rather be boring than 400 pounds. You're not boring. These are jabs that people give you to make you feel bad about taking care of yourself. It's really sick. There's an evil in that. It's sinister. It's sinister when people say that, oh, it's boring. Oh, come on. You only live once. And yeah, I only live once. I'd like to not die when I'm 60 and have a lot of health problems. Going to sleep on time is not about, oh, you're boring. When the sun goes down, you're supposed to be shutting it down. You're not supposed to be going somewhere at 10 o'clock at night. That's fucking for, it shouldn't even be for children, but that's something that shouldn't happen. How many of you use red light at night? You turn the blue light off and you use red light, you get tired instantly, right? You black out curtains, just shut off all your blue lights, your phone, all that stuff. Red light bulbs go on. All of a sudden, you're watching TV, you'll be awake, whatever. You turn off the red light. All of a sudden, your eyes just go, oh, and you realize, oh, I am fucking tired. Yeah, you are. Go to sleep. It's because of blue light. It's one of the worst things. At night, you're not supposed to have blue light. I look in people's windows if I'm walking Rufus, like as the sun's going down after dinner, and everyone's got these bright fluorescent white lights on. It's awful. It's light pollution. It's terrible. It's terrible. We have some like lights and street lights, and from the back, I'm planting trees. I'm isolated. I'm blocking off all that shit. I'm blocking out all the light pollution. You're not boring. Well, Papa Swole, your whole personality is the gym. Yo, talk to me in 30 years, dude. I hate it when people say that too. It's just stupid. It's ignorant. It just shows people's ignorance. Your whole personality is the gym. Oh no, my personality is improving myself and taking care of my health. Oh, you got me there. You got me there. I exercise. As the person can't see their own fucking dick. Fat ass. I tweeted this yesterday. All the people that say, oh, you're taking, I see this on Facebook. Yo, roid rage when I'm doing like the go to the fucking gym. Yeah, you're taking gear and steroids. It's always from the fat, lazy fucks. Oh, you're taking something. Okay, thanks for the compliment. As they eat their 9th bag of Cheetos for the week. It's gross. People are fat and lazy and they want you to be fat and lazy too. So they can feel better about their sloth. They can feel better about their disgusting disrespect for their body. I'm just beyond any kind of caring about it. These people are disgusting. They're gross and they have gross habits. I detest it. I don't respect them for it. And I don't feel the need to be kind. I don't care about their feelings. I don't care if they feel offended by what I say. They should be offended by the way they look. They should be offended by their terrible habits and their justifications to be disgusting. So people want, oh, you should respect people. Respect yourself first before you worry about whether or not I respect you. I'm not going to respect you if you don't respect yourself. All right, let's get into some releases. We're going to roll through these because we did a lot today. We're just going to crush through some of these releases. First one. Hold on, I'm just deleting some of these. Dun, 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 dun. You have to earn respect, and it starts with you respecting yourself. All right, first one. Recipes. Recipes now. Hold on, just deleting a couple things. Spinning a little beach ball wheel. There we go. Okay, caramelized sweet potato and apples. All right, interesting. Golf clap, anyone? All right. Again, these are recipes that are inside Swolenormous X. Like, you could try them. I'm not going to eat this, but you can, I don't know. Sometimes you want to go to a potluck and you're going to mix some stuff in there. It's like, all right, whatever. Caramelized sweet potato and apples. Whatever. Next one, baked Tuscan chicken bulk meal prep. Ew. All right. Let's get a little America. If you like vegetables, get yourself some chicken. As I always say, chicken is a vegetable. Remember, hashtag SwoleFam for a chance to win today's Swole card. Sometimes I do eat vegetables, and when I do eat vegetables, I eat chicken. And the last recipe, 3 recipes every week. Roast beef, bulk meal prep. Let's get some gorillas. Hey, where's the beef? Where's the fucking beef?
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
There you go. All right. Beautiful roast beef. We like some beef. All right. You guys are going to love. When I say love, you're going to fucking love the new merch release. How do we release awesome merch every single week? I'm already rocking the don't vote if you skip leg day, by the way. I know we've been live for a while, but 20% off everything. 1 or 2 days left. I think it ends tomorrow, maybe. papaswolio.com. All right, we got rotating classes in the Swole Studio for members. These are highlighted classes. If you log in and you just want something to do, we feature different classes every week. This week's feature, Express Jungle Flow 2 with Raquel. That's Rachel. I just felt like saying Raquel. Jungle Flow 2, excellent class. Got the plant in the background. What up? Featured Swollen 7 is Mobility Round 12.
And that's the way,
It's Papa Swolio. It's a throwback in the apartment. Very nice. And we also have Legs Alpha. Let's go.
We choose truth over facts.
Featured classes this week. Excellent. Excellent. But now, we have new yoga. And we have new merch. Who's ready for some new merch? You want the merch? Let me see some biceps and gorillas, and we're going to wrap up. You got to watch the entire show in order to get the merch. Brand new yoga class.
What's in the box?
Oh, but Papa Swolio, I can't do this. My back, my back. Fuck your back. Fuck your back. No, I'm just kidding. Don't fuck your back. Is it possible? It's okay. You ready for those back shots? Yin for back. Let's go. We'll fix your back. Join us, swolenormousx.com. We'll fix your back. Yin for back. There you go. Look at that. That's nice. That's nice. Nothing like some passive gravity yin. Love it. Check it out. You could also click on the updates tab. When we have the app launching, you'll see some new releases and stuff on the homepage. But you can go to the updates tab when you log in and check out the new classes. It'll just take you right there. So yin for back, excellent class with Alex. Who doesn't like yin? No one. Everyone likes yin. Yin's fantastic. All right, yin for back. Fam, are you ready? Are you ready? New release, and then we'll give away the Swole card. Who's ready? Who's ready? New merch. New merch. New merch. New merch. New merch. New merch. Tainty man. Tainty man. Papa Swolio. Papa Swolio. She's sleeping. Churchy. 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 Pinkston. Pinkston. Oh, let me get the we get the belly rubs. Oh, my sweetie. Oh, my sweetie, let me rub your nipples. Oh my God, you're so jealous. You got some nice jellies down there. They're jealous. Oh, Pinkston Churchill. I love you and your little chungus. Your little chunganator. All right, you want more? You want more? Okay. All right. All right. I know. That ain't no lie. She just loves it. She's so tiny. You want to show everyone how cute you are? Nippy, nippy, nippies. Nippy, nippy, nippies. Pet your little bellies. You're so cute. You're too cute, perhaps. What do you think, Tainty? Oh, he's off. He's off. I don't know how I get any work done. She's just too cute. No more belly rubs. I'm done. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm over the belly. I don't want any more. I don't want any more. Okay, I'll get a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more. There we go. How was that? Was that good? Was that good? Is that enough? Can I do the release now? Fam, let me see biceps and grills in the comments. We work hard on every release, and I'm telling you, no one's got better merch. If you want this release, I got to see some biceps and gorillas. You have to really clamor for it. I need that shit. I'll show you some more church in the meantime. I need some...
He's heating up!
I am the danger.
Who wants some merch? Look at her little paws. Look at her little pepper paws. Look at how tiny she is. Look how tiny she is. She's so tiny. She's so tiny. Who wants some merch? Come on, beaches. Ready? Merch. 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 Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
What's in the box?
You love deadlift. Now you got deadlift and Swolverine. Let's fucking go. Look at that shit. Fuck yeah. Oh my God. All right. Deadlift and Swolverine. We got it. We completed the circle. We did it. We closed the loop. We released deadlift like 2 weeks ago. And last week, it wasn't ready yet. Swolverine wasn't ready yet, but now it is. Now it is. Where's the? Let me see if I can find it. Actually, let me get. I'll see if I can bring that one up and show them together. Actually, I guess it's probably on the site. Let me just load that shit up. All right. Well, it's pretty close. Pretty close. So we had the G. I mean that Tesla, that Cybertruck design is fucking dope. So available now on the website. But holy shit, you know, the Optimus Pump is crushing. Optimus Pump is like one of the best new design. I don't think people are getting the go to the fucking gym, the Taylor Swift style. I don't think they're really picking that up. I haven't seen a lot of people in the comments that are like, oh, I get it. A couple here and there. Didn't really hit the way I thought it would. But Optimus Pump, that one's crushing. And the deadlift is also great. But Optimus Pump, I got to make some more videos with that because Optimus Pump is doing great. And I think the Swolverine one is going to be off the charts. So deadlift and Swolverine, look at that. What I want to do is also offer like, you know, a special like package. You get deadlift, Swolverine, Optimus Pump. You know, we need to do some sort of like package deal. But deadlift and Swolverine, we might do one where they're both together. But deadlift and Swolverine, talk about a great combo, right? Cerny, not trying to be a bitch. You don't have to try. It's just, it just is. Cerny's like, not trying to be a bitch, but I guess I can't love them all. Still a great design. You don't have to try to be a bitch, Cerny. That's the thing. You don't have to disclaimer it. Cyber Tuck. Holy shit. That's a fucking typo. Jesus Christ. You want something done right? Do it yourself. Cyber Tuck. That's like, did you guys see that? It's going to be gone. So enjoy it while it lasts. Cyber Tuck.
There's Tiny Tuck,
Cyber
Typical
Tuck.
Tuck, Total Tuck, and the Tyrannical Tuck.
Truck. Fucking Cyber Tuck. Jesus Christ. Cyber Tuck. That's actually funny. Like, I get pissed off and I'm like, that's such a basic. It's all right. I mean, but enjoy it. Enjoy it while it's there. It's funny because we have the tuck, you know, the tyrannical tuck. So Cyber Tuck, leave it? No, I'm not going to leave it. But it's funny for now. I'll probably reload it and it's going to be gone. Let me see. Is it gone yet? Nope, still there, Cyber Tuck. But it'll be gone. So we have for 20% off everything, 1 day, 10 hours. That's tomorrow midnight. Yeah, it's funny. It's not supposed to be Cybertuck. Cerny says, I get called a murderer and a bitch. Feels great to be loved. Yeah. I get it. But look, you know, in all honesty, look at that. Okay, people, understand that it's very hard to get work done. How, you might ask, how do I get work done? It's hard. You cold, Churchy? You cold? A little bit chilly in here? Oh, no, you were faking it. You just want more belly rubs. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to showing everyone the designs. Just show your nips on the screen. Yeah, the GTTFG. I showed you the hats, right? That's going to be so sick on a hat. Let me click on that for a second. So it looks great on a shirt. Looks great on a shirt. Where's the... Oh, I can't scroll down from there. I forgot. What is it? Sometimes... I don't know why the hats... Why doesn't hat show up when I click? All right. Anyway, this is why I like showing this. Sometimes things don't show up the way I want. So it says Cybertruck, but check this out. You ready? Boom. We fixed? Cybertruck. It's gone. No more Cybertruck. No more Cybertruck. Just Cybertruck. Finally. But the GTTFG, I don't know why the hats don't show up when you click on that, but I can't wait to get on a hat. It looks sick. It looks fucking sick. It's great. We had the whole go to the fucking gym in that font. It was just too much. It was like the whole, it didn't look as good as that. That looks dope as hell. So GTTFG, but look at that. Deadlift and Swoleverine. Bro. I want to put them next to each other. I want to put them next to each other. I don't want them separated by that. Usually that's the order, but we don't need to. We can mix up the order a little bit. All those new, but look at these new releases, right? The loose crop tops. How many of you picked up a loose crop top? The bags, tote bags, bull milk, underrated. The corner of STFU and go to the fucking gym. Dope. Big bicep theory. Best merch in the game. Don't forget, it's also Halloween season, so we have some new merch. You got to get the cutting season, the Edward Scissorhands, the pumpkin head, go to the fucking gym, fuck your pumpkin spice. But super dope. Super dope. The Swoleverine design is absolutely, it's so legit. So legit. All right, so brand new release, Swoleverine. Go cop yourself one over there at papasolio.com. That's all I got for you today. We went extra long. That's what she said. Let's give away today's Swole Card Falcon. Kick us off. Pick me a winner. Yas beaches. You're unbelievable. We got a winner. Landed right on it. Today's winner on the Rumble, Unstoppable 365. Congratulations! Winner Chicken Dinner. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3041. The subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Thank you so much for being here. We'll get this up on the podcast soon. Super long, but I think it was very valuable. We went into a lot of depth. So thank you everyone for responding. Thank you for your patience. I know you wanted those new releases, but we had to go deep on some of those responses. So again, join us, swolenormousx.com/BTS. swolenormousx.com/BTS. Specials end tomorrow night. Same thing with the merch, 20% off site-wide, ends tomorrow night, papasolio.com. So join the fam. Working on the app, waiting on Apple. Hello, Apple. Tim Cook, what the fuck is going on, dude? Let's get this show on the road. Come on, we got to make some gains. I want this shit up for fuck your resolution season. Let's go. Great show. Hit the like button. Leave us a 5-star review if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. Chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.